The Pickering Fellowship Award funding is broken out in a couple of different ways. I mentioned in our overview of the fellowship program that we will provide up to $42,000 towards a 2-year master's degree program in an area of relevance to the Foreign Service. Of those $42,000, $24,000 comes in the form of tuition assistance. Tuition mandatory fees, including student health insurance, is included in this category of funding. That funding is issued directly to the graduate school program. We also provide $18,000 per year to each fellow that goes towards a living stipend. This funding is really intended to cover the cost of housing, food, transportation, and other incidental expenses that come up during the year. Each of the 10-week internships does also include up to $11,000 for those 10 weeks. It includes a stipend of approximately $7,000, in addition to transportation to and from either Washington, D.C. for the domestic internship or to the international location where the fellow is doing their overseas internship. For the overseas internship, we also include funding for visas, inoculations, vaccinations, and any required fees that come along with traveling internationally. We also provide basic health insurance coverage for the overseas internship component of the fellowship. Throughout the course of the fellowship program, we also provide professional development opportunities and mentorship from current Foreign Service officers. In the overview of the fellowship program, I mentioned that we will pair our fellows with a senior Foreign Service officer as well as a peer mentor who's gone through the Pickering Fellowship program. Important to note here is that while our funding is up to $42,000 per year towards your graduate degree, there are many graduate programs that provide additional funding. We work now with over 40 graduate school partners who have committed to providing additional funding to Pickering Fellows for their graduate degree program, and we'd encourage you to check out our website to see where some of those programs are. Fellows are not required to go to our partner institutions. They are eligible to take their funding to programs that meet the requirements of the program funding, but it is helpful to take a look at the partner schools that are listed on our website. So the application deadline for the 2022 Pickering Foreign Affairs application is due on September 22nd, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can access the materials all the way up until the deadline. You do have to submit your application in order for us to submit as final in order for us to consider your application as complete. You can submit as final any time up until the application deadline. You can also edit your application at any time before the deadline. So even though you've submitted as final, maybe you come back and you say, oh, I need to edit this one thing. You can do that. You have, again, up until midnight of the 22nd to do that. You can visit our website, and I would encourage you to, the pickeringfellowship.org website, where we have a whole host of resources, additional resources about crafting a competitive application. We will post our events here. You will also see information about clearances, obligations, and benefits laid out pretty in great detail on our website. If you do have additional follow-on questions, please feel free to email us at pickeringfellowship@howard.edu, and we will get back in touch with you within 48 hours of having received your question. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, where we continually provide updates about the application, tips, provide tips and profiles of our fellows. It is a great place to get to know our fellows and their experiences and a little bit more about what you might expect as a Pickering Fellow. Thank you again for your interest in the Pickering Fellowship program, and we look forward to receiving your application.